How's it going, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today, guys, we are going to be talking about something there has been slight debate and confusion about. The question a lot of people seem to be asking is the Keyblade Graveyard being rewritten? There's plenty of good reasons to be asking this sort of thing as well. Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND's latest trailer gave us a lot more questions than it did answers, though that isn't a bad thing, and neither is it different from any normal Kingdom Hearts trailer, game, anything involving the series, to be honest. Though, jokes aside, this confusion stems from multiple scenes in Keyblade Graveyard where you see characters like Axel, Aqua, Ventus, Xion, and Roxas fighting, though there is no Sora to be seen around. Actually, if you go back to the first Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND trailer, you can clearly see that during these two fights in mention, Sora is nowhere to be found in the party, though we know for a fact that Kingdom Hearts parties can hold up to 5 people at once, so why isn't Sora in any of these battles? Has he been written out of the fights now? Well, the answer is maybe, but most likely no. Here's why. When the first Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND trailer released, like normal, a short interview came shortly after. During this interview, series director Tetsuya Nomura, talking about these playable segments, referred to them as the additional scenario. For those of you uninformed, Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND's contents, Nomura told us what they were going to be back at an orchestra prior to any trailer releases. The full Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND package is planned, meaning this could always be changed during development. It is planned to feature additional scenario ReMIND, limit cut episode and bosses, secret episode and boss, English voiceover option for Japanese, the Japanese version, and new Keyblade Plus form. Those are the confirmed contents of Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND. Very little of those things have we seen in detail, and I would like it to stay that way personally. Though, back to the interview I mentioned, the trailer shown at E3 was said to have only contained things from the additional scenario, which was the trailer that included the showcase of these playable characters initially. I've talked about this in a past video, but for the sake of keeping all the info in one spot, I'll read all 3 quotes from this interview just so you can have a clearer picture, and all of these pertain to the additional scenario. Now, the interviewer asks, and Nomura replies with the following: Riku, Aqua, and Roxas being playable was a nice surprise. Are these scenes from the limit cut episode where you can fight against the most powerful enemies? Which Nomura responds, actually, they're not. This video mainly consists of elements included in the additional scenario, rather than limit cut itself. Sora's Oathkeeper Keyblade and the new form shown at the end of the video are free DLC and will simultaneously release with the paid DLC. Continuing, oh, so the additional scenario is where they're playable. Similar to how you'd play as Riku and Aqua in the main story, there will be stages in the additional scenario where you can select which character you'd like to use. They seem to resemble battles that took place near the end of the main story. Yes, they certainly do. Laughs. The additional scenarios are independent, so you will be able to enjoy this content after clearing the main story. The main thing I want to quote is the last part where Nomura says the additional scenarios are independent, so you will be able to enjoy this content after clearing the main story, which is extremely different from how the regular game is, because the only fights you are able to redo in the story again is the final boss against Master Xehanort upon completing the game. It's unclear whether you'll be able to play as the other Guardians in both the main story and post-game, or if it's something post-game exclusive. Nomura says that you'll be able to choose the character you'd like to play as well, likely meaning that if you wanted to play as Sora during these fights like normal, you'll likely still be able to, or at least I'd hope. Additionally, in the press release for the most recent Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND trailer, a quote says this: in the upcoming DLC, players travel to a familiar realm and encounter powerful new bosses. In some of the additional battles, players will be able to switch characters. Players can also obtain additional Keyblades by downloading the free update. This press release also refers to the fights where you can switch characters as additional battles. Keep in mind also that Keyblade Graveyard was really weird weird in terms of how cutscenes were laid out. Although all of them were great, when you defeated one organization member, despite the fight having multiple party members and enemies in them, the entire fight would pause in the background as if time was stopped. It was overall worth it in the end, so that each character could have their own scene dedicated to them, though it was still a little weird. I'm imagining that this similar concept will be the same if we are able to play as these characters in the main story version of these fights as well. Maybe what we saw was a mixture of additional main story cutscenes with a post-game fight, though I don't believe that's the case. I don't think Sora is written out of these fights, I just think he'll be on the sidelines helping, even if he's not technically in your party. When you really think about it, taking Sora out of some of these fights, like the one with Sayax for example, doesn't change all that much. Same thing for the fight with Terra. He doesn't need to be in your party or to be playable to be a part of that cutscene. Axel was part of the cutscene where Sayax was defeated, even though he was on the sidelines in that fight. I think Square Enix simply just added to these fights with scenes and the character swaps included, though these new scenes will likely edit the flow of things a little bit, most likely for the better, but I'm sure the end result of each fight will be the exact same. The Lingering Will and Terranord cutscene likely won't affect the fight with Terranord either, but will add some extra weight to it. That's my guess at least. I'm very excited for that moment, especially because that's something that honestly should have been the main game straight up. A lot of the other stuff I was fine without. I didn't even think of them adding upon these scenes, but that scene in particular was something everybody wanted, because Lingering Will isn't in the game after that, because Terra was just saved and you're wondering what happened to the Lingering Will. ReMIND looks like it will be adding to the already magnificent endgame that was Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't think they're going to be doing too much like rewriting or anything, though we may have a lot more information told to us to make certain scenes a little bit more clearer and easier to understand. I don't think the entire premise of Keyblade Graveyard is going to change whatsoever. They're simply just going to be adding stuff like they do in any normal final mix. Though I will be fair and say that Kingdom Hearts 3 compared to other final mixes, maybe, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts 1 final mix and Birth by Sleep final mix kind of do this a little bit, add a lot of extra cutscenes. Birth by Sleep mainly for Aqua, and in Kingdom Hearts 1 there was a lot of stuff there for Riku. Though Kingdom Hearts 3, even compared to those two games, seems like it's going to be adding a lot more like in-game cutscenes, new cutscenes compared to the other games, which I'm perfectly fine with, because that means that this might be adding even more content than we're used to from a final mix, which justifies a $20-$30 purchase a lot more than buying a whole game again. So that's pretty cool. Also, keep in mind that these trailers are cut up purposely so that you don't get too much information out of them. So if something is really confusing, don't think about it too much. Square Enix is picking and choosing what they show you and how much of it they show you. Let me do all the overthinking for you guys. That's what I'm here for. They don't seem to be rewriting the Keyblade Graveyard, though they will be adding a ton of new stuff to it. No matter what it is they are doing, if they are changing up some scenes a bit, I'm sure it'll be for the better. Though I don't think there is a single thing to worry about when it comes to Sora's involvement. Though that is going to about do it for today's video. I really do appreciate all of the love and support. I hope that I was able to clear up some misconceptions while also giving you guys enough information and insight for you to come to a better conclusion on the subject. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what you think about this topic, and if you're excited to re-experience Kingdom Hearts 3 in this new light. Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND is going to be absolutely nuts, and I cannot wait for it. I plan on doing a 24-hour live stream when the DLC releases, or something along those lines. The live stream is going to be very long. It's going to be similar to what I did with my Critical Mode live stream. I'll probably be streaming for a long period of time. I mean, it's Kingdom Hearts, what can I say? I'll at least be streaming ReMIND until I've experienced all of the new content, or at least most of it. If it's that much content, then maybe we might have to do a second stream, but I want to aim to do it all in one stream. Doing the post-game stuff along with replaying the game with additional cutscenes. That's pretty much the plan. But of course, as more ReMIND information come out, I'll be able to give you guys a lot more details on that big live stream event. We reached nearly 800 viewers like the other day while waiting for the ReMIND trailer, which was absolutely crazy. crazy because we were waiting for a simple 2-minute trailer, but so many of you guys came out and were like really supportive about my growth and really wanted to see my reaction to the trailer, and that's really like heartwarming. I would really like to attempt to see if we can maybe reach a number like that again, or reach me even 1,000 people for the live stream when ReMIND actually comes out. That would be pretty cool. 1,000 live viewers, that's quite a lot of people. Honestly, ReMIND is maybe my most hyped thing this year, though Borderlands 3 does come out very soon. I think it's out today now. If you're watching this today, I think you are. But outside of that, ReMIND is probably my most hyped for thing this year because it's Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3, when I played it, it ended up becoming one of my favorite video games like ever, and I was really happy with it personally. I know a lot of people have varying opinions on that, though for me personally, I like the game. And I'm really excited for ReMIND because it's just more of what I love about the series, and honestly, just can't wait. It's so exciting, and I'll be sure to bring you guys all the news, all the discussions, all the theories that come before and after ReMIND. It's going to be a wild ride up until the end. I'll be trying to do this as long as I'm able to. Though, if you enjoyed today's video, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or family member, and last but not least, if you haven't out already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.